Hey guys, hope your November is going well. Just going to give a quick update on what I've gotten done for the whole Get It Painted challenge. I've got everything kind of laid out. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. And it looks pretty good so far. I've got 13, 14 models left to paint, and then my whole Menoth army is going to be finished. I've still got 2 more that I can build, and then that'll add more. So, that'll give me a lot of guys, close to 30, 40 models painted up. Easily put together a 50-point force. Probably can get up to 60 or 75. I do want to get a couple of different models that I haven't purchased yet, but that's a long way to go. Once I get the 6 that I have, I'm going to show you 6 of them that I've gotten dipped. Once I get them dull coated and highlighted, I'm probably going to go ahead and build my Jedi Starfighter, just because Star Wars is coming up, and that's more important than finishing my Menoth army just now. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you on the flip side. Adios. Alright, so here we go. Here's the visual update. This was the only model I had painted for the Get It Painted challenge before we started, and it was just kind of a test model for my Menoth. You can see, actually, I still need to fill in the smokestacks. Oh, geez. That's what black paint is for. And I would like to go back through and get all the whites a little more like on the upper part here. I need to cover over some mistakes I've done. But overall, that's not a bad model. If you put that on the table and somebody was going to go play against you, you'd be like, okay, that's fine. But, Nick said, let's get it started. And so these guys were the next. These are the Rocket Men, no Elton John intended. The deliverers, as they say. And they were fun. There's a good 10 of them. Painted them mostly red because I didn't want to paint white over all of them, just because that would be a pain in the butt. And I kind of wanted to reserve white for like the priestly class of Menoth. More for that. And these guys worked out pretty good. I should go back over them and highlight the red a little bit more, and maybe the leathers and the bronze. But again, you plop these guys down on the table. Let's get some more light here. Oop, hit the camera. Plop these guys down on the table, and nobody would really complain about them. So they'll go back up here next to the Crusader. Get them all nice and lined up. And the next group that I went through was the Choir of Menoth. And again, these guys got white. Again, they're more of the deeply religious class. You can see them, the runes written on the paper. And if you listen carefully, you can hear my kids getting yelled at by their mother, which I'm going to have to go down and help set up the Christmas tree in just a little bit. These guys turned out pretty decent, and the white looks okay on them. I think I've got all the highlights on these guys that I need. And again, for a there we go, some forelighting instead of backlighting. For a support crew for the Warjacks, these guys turned out really well. And so they can go back here into the back and hold down the fort as well. And then I worked on the 2 paladins that I have. I've got Paladin Darton Vilmont, who is done everything except for his gems, like they're on his wrist and also on the other wrist. Let's see, there's not any on the hilt of his sword, is there? No, it's this guy has one on the hilt of his sword. See that right there above my thumb. But those guys turned out pretty well, and the paladins are a pretty neat little thing. Let's see, I got the Flame Guard, the Temple Flame Guard. Oops, I'm going to have to get the other hand up here. Color Guard, the command group. I got them finished up, and they look really good. And in fact, the Temple Flame Guard is the last big unit of men that I have to do anything with. Let's see if this guy, the one again, this banner being all metal is so top heavy. I mean, I even put all sorts of metal bits on his butt to make him kind of stand up straighter. I have no idea what I'm going to do to get that better. Oop, I need to go back over the edges there for him. But then painted up my second Warcaster. Well, my first Warcaster that I painted, but the second one that I have yet to use in battle. And again, her whites turned out pretty okay. I still have a lot of problems. If I drop her, this thing will cut loose and just kind of twist, and then twist in the wind like flags do, I guess. But we'll need to patch that up there in the center. But anyway, you know, she turned out okay. Let's put her where we can see her. She can block the choir. And yesterday I dipped these guys in the Army Painter Quick Shade, the Knights Exemplar. Notice one guy's off pointing in a different direction. But these guys will get the dull coat today. I'm going to let that resin cure for a while before I put the dull coat on, just because, you know, I want it to finish up really. And so now all I have left are 3 Warjacks. Some of them have the base white on them. And then my number 1 Warcaster, Krios, the giant hammered. Don't you hang on to me there, you Warjack. And so again, you can see with just a little perseverance and some motivation, you can get some stuff done. It's taken me, I guess, about 3 months to get all this done. And again, I have an interference. Basically, I have children, and that keeps interfering with everything. Though I did get to paint on these guys yesterday while the kids were watching the 1960s version of The Swiss Family Robinson by Disney. Anyway, I'll have to make a closeout video after this. My washer is getting unbalanced with my Aikido gi in it, so I have to go fix that before the whole house shakes down. Anyway, I'll see you in the conclusion.